6, H&N investigates unanswered questions in the case of a woman beaten to death on the steps of the Kapolei Police Station. We've confirmed an officer at the center of the incident is trying to get her job back as the suspect's family presses for changes. Allison Blair reports.
After being fired in February, HPD confirms Officer Sandy Caesar is appealing her termination. She's accused of ignoring a request to help the victim minutes before she was killed. The department won't say if her dismissal had anything to do with Linda Johnson's murder in 2022, calling it a pending personnel matter. Meanwhile, those closest to the case say they're still calling on HPD and other government agencies for answers.
I can't imagine it's just the fault of one person. What kind of a support did she have there at the police station? If she was there all by herself, who was supposed to come to her aid?
Those are just some of the questions that consume Tony Armstrong's thoughts. For more than 2 years now, he's carried the shame of his son Michael's actions.
We feel for Linda Johnson's family. I mean, knowing that our son took someone's life is something we have to live with every day, and it's frequently very difficult and almost unbearable to deal with.
The 48-year-old and the man accused of killing her both suffered many years with mental illness. Both had also been recently locked up and released by HPD.
And if our son had been sent back to the state hospital, again, we would not be where we're at today.
Long before the tragedy on the steps of the police station, it was evident Michael needed help. In 2007, a crime spree prompted a judge to send him to the state hospital. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. In the years that followed, Michael bounced in and out of treatment. Records show the day before the killing, he was arrested for attacking a worker at his care home before punching a police officer. After spending about a day in jail, Michael was set free. He's accused of murdering Linda Johnson minutes after his release. For 2 years, Tony's been pushing for answers, trying to find out why Officer Sandy Caesar allegedly ignored a witness's request to help Johnson just before she was killed. And who made the call to put his mentally ill son, who had repeatedly showed a propensity of violence, back on the streets.
In the beginning and for many months, after that terrible day, I contacted everyone that I could think possible, from the governor down, lieutenant governor, senators, legislators, and virtually no one ever responded.
It's that statement that prompted H&N Investigates to ask HPD, the Honolulu Prosecutor's Office, and the state hospital what, if any, changes were made following the death of Linda Johnson to prevent an incident like this from happening again. 2 weeks later, we haven't gotten a response from Honolulu Police. A spokesperson from the prosecutor's office said the department cannot comment at this time because the man charged with murder for allegedly killing Linda Johnson has not yet gone to trial. Meanwhile, staff from the state hospital's communications office told us the Department of Health had conducted an internal review and determined that no changes to its policies or procedures were indicated.
The lack of any response or accountability or accepting consequences for all of the people involved or agencies involved mistakes is just deplorable in my mind.
Armstrong remains steadfast in his belief that the system is broken, saying something has to change.
We don't want any other families to ever have to suffer something like this again.
No date has been set for Michael Armstrong's trial. Last month, a judge ordered the 37-year-old to continue mental health treatment until his next hearing in June. Allison Blair, Hawaii News Now.